And hello YouTube. Today we're gonna figure out a warranty issue. I just got a laptop back that we probably worked on before. It says that they sent us about a month ago a laptop for the repair. And it says that they got it back. And it says that look for n19h2 AC adapter which could not be found. Alright, so let's see the original note. Here's the original note. I taped out the phone number of the client for conspiracy, I wanted to say, yeah. Okay, so enclose find the part from Amazon. Okay, so the client sent the part from Amazon to us to replace the jack with. Alright, so we probably put the client's part in. I don't have the skills or the job to do it. If not, keep it for another person's job. Okay. Also, I will need another AC charging block to fit a new part. Now, we don't have another AC charging blocks for sale, especially for this model, because this model uses a specific kind of tip, and I think this tip is not even the right tip for this laptop. All right. So probably we replace the jack with the client's part. All right. And it says here fixed. Basically, we replace the jack. Works fine with our AC adapter. So we have an AC adapter here probably to test this laptop with. And it says here, look for AC, for the Acer and... Okay, so here's the problem. Because the client called me and said, you know what, I got a note saying that I need to look for N1GH2 adapter, right? And this is not GH, it's N19H2 adapter, 19, not G. So that's the reason I couldn't figure out on the phone what exactly the client wants from me. Right there it says N19H2, that's the adapter I'm looking for. Again, it's not guaranteed that you're gonna get. Again, it says right there replacement adapter, but it doesn't mean it's exactly the same adapter for this laptop. And that's the problem with those connectors, because I don't have tips. Probably I don't have the replacement tips for adapters for this particular jack, all right? So I assume that this is going to be a common problem here, because back in the days we used to give a lifetime warranty for all of our repairs, but now we only give 30 days. And we usually don't fix anything the second time around, because people usually buy another adapter and everything works. So let's see what's the problem. All right, so we probably already worked on this laptop before, I assume. All right, let's get it perfectly straight. Let's replace the jack one more time, probably. Again, let's figure out what's the problem first. All right, so the client bought an aftermarket adapter right here, right? All right, let's plug it in. Let's see how well it sits in there. All right, so it clicks. All right, so when it clicks, that means the life's good. So there was no need to trim the tip of the cord right here. I probably told the client to trim the tip of the cord if maybe it's not getting all the way in. So the point is there was no need to trim the tip of the cord to plug it farther in, because you see there is still space. There is still a few millimeter space remaining. Now, and you trim it usually little by like millimeter by millimeter. You don't trim the whole centimeter off of it, you know. So that's the situation. So we have battery not charging at this time right here, you see. The lights do not come on. Maybe the battery is fully charged. Let's see if you can power it up and see what's going on. All right, so we press the power button and nothing's going on. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna check the power supply. All right, so we check the power supply here. We put the pin in and we're gonna set the voltage. Let's see. All right, so the voltage does come out of the plug. All right, so it's a brand new plug. The voltage comes out. So what I'm doing is I'm putting the negative probe on the outside. That's the negative, and the pin is the positive right there. Okay. So the connector clicks in. Let's see the wattage. This is 65 watt. How many watts this one needs? This one needs... that's the problem right there. This one needs 2.37 amps. 2.73 amps is like 40 watts adapter. This is 65 watt adapter. So there is a chance that the board is already fried because a higher wattage power supply was plugged into this system. All right. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, let's take it apart and measure the voltages on the motherboard. So basically, I see the problem, all right? All right, so we got smaller screws on the front, right here. We got fat screws here for some reason. Again, the thing is, I don't know the whole story of the laptop because it could have been brought to somebody prior to us. It could have been brought here and there because, I don't know. Again, maybe everything was just sent to us and we could... I'm not sure why there is like oxidation right here on the tip of the brand new cord. You see? It looks like a brand new cord, but it's an oxidation all over the tip. So it might be that the hole of the tip is a bit too big for this connection. That's my probably number one reasoning for why this whole thing doesn't work, because the outside diameter might match, all right, but the hole inside might be too big for this pin. It might need a smaller hole inside, so it just hard to figure out. All right, here. Okay, let's see. I see. Yeah, the client did send us a replacement part because I don't think I have those parts in stock. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's disconnect. Let's disconnect this cord right here. Okay, so we disconnected the battery. We're gonna disconnect the screws right here. Nope, let's not do that. Let's do... Alright, so battery here. Probably have to order those parts. I'm gonna go downstairs, check to make sure maybe I got the parts in stock. Maybe I don't. Okay, so like that. Like that. Okay. Like that. And we disconnect the... I'm sure we have one of those videos already. Okay, let's grab another screwdriver. Like that. And you want to keep it on the outside. Okay, yeah, so the replacement, the jack was obviously replaced. All right. The pin for some reason is oxidated right here already. Let me just double check to make sure that the voltage is coming through. All right, so there is no shortages. Okay, I think I found the problem. The ground doesn't seem to conduct well. Let's take a look. Let's plug in the plug. That we know for sure works. Let's measure the voltage. Nope, it gives us 20 volts. Range. Yeah, the voltage is here, so the problem is probably not even the jack. Let's see down the road, yeah. Yeah, the problem is that the power supply that was used, it has too much amps going through. Yep. Yeah. So the problem is the higher wattage power supply writes something on the motherboard. Now I just need to figure out if it's fixable or not. All right, let's see. Okay, let's see if this is a ground. Well, that seems like a fuse right here. Let's bring in the camera a little bit closer. Okay. All right, so we don't have the shortage right here. We don't have it here. The gates right here are... We get nothing right here for some reason. Let's see. Okay. Nothing right there. Let's see if we can get... Let's see if we can get... Yeah, so if you see this capacitor popped. The capacitor popped because of the too much voltage. Yeah, right there. You see 0. 0. That means there is a shortage on the motherboard. So again, the client probably wiggled it, or maybe not wiggled it. I don't know. Probably too much amps going through, and at the... And hopefully just that capacitor. Hopefully. Again, seems like something isn't right here. Seems like something isn't right there with the jack, because everything is burnt right there. You see? How can a brand new connector get burnt like that? I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So let me clean this guy up right here. Let's hope that this is the capacitor. Let's use a better. Let's ring it through. Nope, nothing rings through. How about like that? The capacitor turns out to be fine, because otherwise it would not be... It's not a capacitor issue. Let's see. There's nothing on this side. Yeah, I was hoping it's just a capacitor issue. Okay, you know what? Let's measure one more time, just in case. Let's plug in the plug. Okay. Let's put it on 20 volts. All right, let's measure it right here. 19 volts. 19 volts. 0.22, 0.22, 0.28. 0.23. Okay, let's see how much voltage we're gonna get between. Yeah, on this capacitor we get a negative reading. So, but the capacitor itself doesn't ring through. Strange. Yeah, so either the I wonder if it's the gate right there that's faulty. Basically, the gate is the one that either let the current through or it drains it to the... there is a drain and then there is a source. So, two diodes right there in a row, which is supposed to be working and transmitting everything to the rest of the board, but the rest of the board doesn't get anything because the current gets stuck there someplace. And this capacitor could go out because the voltage on the power supply is not correct. Okay, so the warranty issues like that, I mean, I'm still gonna fix it, no charge, obviously. But, you know, if let's say I'm sitting at the beach, sipping martini and somebody calls me and says, bro, listen, it says buy n19h2 when it's n19, not GH2, but 19, it's clearly 19. I'm not sure where he figured out that's a G. Anyways, let's see if I will be able to just... what is the problem at? So, in case you plug in a wrong power supply, this capacitor might be faulty right here. Or maybe the diodes right here are faulty, okay? So that's the situation I have to deal with right now. Let's take a look. Alright, let's power up the exhaust. Let's clean up the area. Where is the faulty area? Right here. Let's clean up the jack as well. I think it has something to do with the power outage. I'm pretty certain about that. Because in 1 month, the only reason it would... By the way, here's a similar jack right there from the prior repair. I'm getting those all the time now. But this one seems like it's gonna be coming back because somebody's selling an improper power supply for this particular... You know, let's switch to the microscope. I can't see much here. Alright, so I was able to finally connect the microscope. The problem we get is, again, I'm not sure if this capacitor is faulty or not. Let's brighten it up under this. Well, it's just maybe the microscope is under not the best angle. Is there something behind it here? Something doesn't look right here. Let's zoom in. Something isn't right there. Oops. Alright. I'm not sure. Maybe it's some sort of paint. I can't see it properly. No, let's remove this guy and see what's underneath there. Alright, so we're gonna add some flux right there. We got some good tweezers right here. And let's power up the hot air station. Take the hot air station from the holster. And let's blow some hot air on this thing. And hopefully you're gonna be able to just pick this guy up. Come on. Probably need a little bit more heat. Like that. Let's check this guy out. Yes, something isn't right with the board right there. Strange. Let's fire up the soldering iron and see what's going on. Oh, right there. I will bring the camera a little bit, the microscope a little bit closer in a second, but first I wanna remove anything that needs to be removed right there, because it seems like maybe some sort of particle was shorting it down. Strange, still can't figure out what's going on there. And I'm pretty sure I don't have those GA8413 or 7466 in stock here. Yeah, so that's the drain, the one that was shorting right there. So technically, this is your drain right here that goes into the ground right here, and that capacitor was on the drain on the ground right here. And my understanding, oh, all right, well, the point is, let's try to add some power in there right now again. Let me clean this side of the MOSFET first. All right. All right. We got another capacitor on the other side, so that might be it as well. Because when one capacitor goes out, then usually everything else around here goes out. Anyways, let's take a look. All right, so we plugged in the cord. Now I'm gonna unwind the position of the connection. And here, let's take a look. Oh, Wrong mode. Okay. All right, 20, 20, and still nothing. Okay, so it wasn't the capacitor. It gets here, but it doesn't want to go past that diode. It might be a capacitor on the other capacitor I was talking about. But that capacitor, guys, this capacitor gives me exactly what I need to see. So it's not that capacitor. Right, so it's not that capacitor. Well, let's take a look if... Let's take a look if... you know what, it's a shortage someplace down the road, because when I'm checking those capacitors, people can text us for some reason. Alright, so let's try a more precise way of measuring things. Okay, so 19 volts here. Let's just say right here. 20 volts. 20 volts. And no volts on this guy. And 20 volts right here. And yeah. Alright, so there is no shortage right there. I don't see a shortage here. Let's see, maybe we get a shortage. Neither of those is shorting. Yeah. Nope. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this guy. Run the wire through. Once I run the wire through, I will see if we get a short. If we do get a short, I'm probably gonna put a forced voltage on this guy right here and see what under the thermal camera, see what's shorting on the motherboard. You know what, I can actually put the wire right now to this guy and see, because if this guy shorts out, it's probably sees that there is a short on the board someplace. But oh well, what's this stuff right here? No, but I mean the board does not. I don't see any capacitors that are shorting here. Maybe let's see, maybe on this side. Nope. It's all solid here. Could it be just the diode that died from too much amperage coming through? That's... Again, those diodes are really small, so I'm not 100% sure what's the maximum wattage that they what's the maximum amperage they let through. So maybe then when they see something like this powerful, it doesn't let anything through. Could it be like that? Okay, well, let me get that diode out first. Alright, so let's see if we can get this guy off the motherboard. What we're gonna do is add some flux. Probably need a little bit more flux. Okay. And I need good pliers to get this guy off the motherboard. Again, I hardly ever seen diodes dying or MOSFETs. Uh-huh. Okay. All right, good job. Okay. All right, so what I want to do is I want to run a jumper wire to the guys right here across the pond, so to speak. Here. Like that. This is a tiny jumper wire which doesn't wanna be penetrated well. Now let me put some flux on this guy. Okay, let's cut the wire. All right, the jumper wire is cut. Looks good. Okay, looks really good. I don't see much stuff here. The microscope is reflecting too much stuff. Let me see if I could get reflection down a little bit. Yeah, no, I think the ground, the drain got messed up there as well. Let's desolder everything. Is the drain nice and free now? Oh, well, there was no drain on that one. Okay, never mind. All right, where is the flux? All right, I had to reduce the brightness a little bit because it was just blinding stuff here. Now, let's try a different soldering iron. A different soldering iron is slightly smaller. All right, let's see. And okay. Let's add a little bit more brightness. All right, now let's try and see if we gonna be able to flux up. Yeah, not sure when I stop on the pause, but here, like that. And it was a diode issue because we get 20 volts on the other end of the board. So here, let's put it back together and see if it's gonna work. I want to take a look and see, maybe I have a replacement jack for it. Maybe it's a good idea to replace the jack one more time. But again, this wasn't a jack issue to begin with. And hopefully my connection here gonna work just fine. Maybe I need to bridge it a little bit more. So yeah, I'm gonna go bridge it a bit more, put more solder so that the connection will be a lot more solid. Wow. As you can see right here, I put a much bigger blob of solder that will short the two joints. It's like a bridge. And it's gonna be working hopefully fine. Alrighty, so let's continue this operation. So here I found a 2.1 amp adapter, which we got here to test those laptops. But the problem is this jack right now, it's already not in the best shape right there. For some reason, again, it's a brand new jack that we installed a month ago. People had to wiggle it probably. And they probably... Well, anyways, I think the laptop stopped working probably because of the too much voltage amperage coming through to the laptop. Anyways, let's put it all back together. Let's put it all back together. Okay, right here. Okay, so here we're just gonna connect this guy right here. Okay. I hope that's the right way, and I hope this is where it goes. Like that. And like that. I wonder if this is the big screw going in right here. Nope, that's not the big screw. Right, so I think the guys are the ones that go here. Okay, let's see. We got one more right there. And let's see. One more right here. Okay. For some reason I don't see the screws. Oh, right there are the screws for the fan. Okay. So like that. And like that. I hope it's all gonna work. Because the current goes through now. I got a proper power supply here. I will send the proper power supply back to the client because I just don't wanna... Again, this is a no fix, no charge kind of repair because we already replaced the jack and the client complained that it doesn't work anymore. And now it's gonna work, should work fine. Again, it wasn't working because the client bought an aftermarket power supply that's not the same amount of amperage. Basically, the power supply is more amps than the laptop needs. Okay. Let's flip this guy over and let's see if we're gonna be able to power it up. Now let's bring in my power supply right here. Like that. Okay. Like that. And I hope that... Ooh. No, the power my power supply has a much bigger hole opening here. You see, that's the problem on my power supply. You see, that's not the correct pin size. It's gonna go in, but the pin is the hole is different. This is much wider. All right, so here we plug it in. Let's see if we're gonna be, ooh. I don't know, like I can hear some cracking in there. All right, so here we got the light on right here. Let's power it up. And I wanna see if we're gonna is it gonna power up? Okay, so we got the power light, the blue light right here. Here, and again, I'm not sure if this plug, I'm pretty sure this plug is not 100% plug for this laptop. Well, nothing shows up on the screen yet. But we do get the power to the laptop right there. I guess I will just have to issue the refund to the people who sent it to us a month ago. Again, this is not Aspire 5. All right, so this is Aspire. All right, it's Aspire 5. Acer Aspire 5. Shows that it's working, right? The blue light is supposed to... Oh, we got Acer on the screen. Wow. It did power up. All right, so I guess I don't have to send a refund to the client. But this plug is not really sitting there well. It needs to have a much thinner pin. I mean, the pin in there is really thin, and the hole needs to be this small, like this one. Not like that one. I'm gonna go look around for something that has a much smaller hole in there. Alright guys, so if the video was helpful to you, please leave a like. The laptop did power up, everything's fine. I'm just gonna charge up the battery here just so that the client would get the laptop back with the charged up battery. You guys take care and have a good day. Alright, thanks. Bye.